Hello, it is December 25th, and this is part 2 of Best of the Reparations Show.
Don't want no spare change or handout. I see that everywhere I go. Want you to reach right in your conscience, baby, and give me everything I'm owed. I'm talking about them reparations. Oh, honey, give me all my money. Reparations. Give me everything you owe. Reparations for all them years of frustrations. This is the freaking Reparations Show.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special episode of the Reparations Show. My name is Kevin R. Free. I am the co-creator of the Reparations Show. And last week, you watched a show that I like to call our poetry best of. And this show is basically our music best of. But before we go there, I want to show you a couple of videos about what the Reparations Show is. I think that embody the Reparations Show, because the Reparations Show is artists who come to you with their favorite artists, and they also are political activists often. And one of my favorite moments on the show was when Marissa Carr, who is an indigenous artist, created an analogy about a stolen car for her show, whose theme was #land back. So here's Marissa explaining, well, you'll see. Roll it.
Close your eyes for a moment. We're going on a thought journey. Imagine you have a car. Imagine the car allows you to get to work, to the grocery store, to pick up your kids from school. So much in your life depends on your car. Now imagine that someone steals it. Your neighborhood doesn't have reliable transit and you can't afford a lift, so you can't run errands or buy groceries. You can't get to work on time, so you lose your job and without income become homeless. You can't drop your kids off at school when they miss the bus, and after appearing in truancy court, you lose custody. You have lost almost everything. God, American capitalism is really awful, isn't it? Now imagine that every day you see the thief drive by in your car that they stole. Having reliable transportation has helped them get a better job, so they're wearing new clothes and they're talking on the newest iPhone as they drive by. Having your car has worked out really great for them. How do you feel? Now imagine that they're making excuses for stealing your car. Oh, well, I really needed a car. I was desperate. What was I supposed to do? Maybe so. But that doesn't make your suffering any less. Now imagine that they pull over in your car that they are driving and tell you that they feel bad about stealing it and they know it was wrong. You ask them if you can have your car back. And they say, oh, no, definitely not. But it would be great if you could say you forgive me so I don't have to feel bad about taking it anymore. Maybe for good measure, they give you a bus token. Now imagine that instead of your car being stolen, it's the land that has always sustained you, that you think of as your mother, and that holds generations of your ancestors' bones. Today's theme is #landback.
Marissa Carr. Wow. She's brilliant. That was one of my favorite moments of the show. But now I want to bring you my absolute favorite. Maybe not my absolute favorite, but it's a thing that I can't stop thinking about because it makes me laugh and makes me think as well. So I'm going to show you. So we had Mike Daisy on the show to talk to me about his art and about Donald Trump. It was right before the election, or I guess it was after the election, actually. And we were waiting to find out about the results. And Mike Daisy had written a show called The Trump Card, which I had seen in 2016 before the election, which I found to be fascinating. And so, you know, we had him on the show. And we want to talk to him about it. This is what happened when he first came on the show. Roll it. All right, everybody, please welcome Mike Daisy. Everybody's clapping. They're all clapping. Mike Daisy, thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you doing tonight? Can you hear me? Are you there? Mike Daisy? You're very quiet. Oh, God. So, hey. What's going on? Can you hear me talking to you?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me talking? I am talking to you. I hear you. We hear you, Mike Daisy. This is so strange.
I'm glad you can hear me. I can't hear you or see anything.
Oh my God, it still makes me laugh. And I think the reason it makes me laugh is at the time it made me laugh because I thought that we didn't know each other. So I thought that he was doing he was being an activist and was, you know, I had mentioned things about Donald Trump and that he was just sort of like, I have nothing to say. And showing me that he had nothing to say. That's what I thought was happening. But now when I think about it, and I've looked at this clip a few times, I think about there I was in I bought a shirt that was a garbage fire. It was a dumpster fire and it said 2020 on it. You couldn't really see that, but you could see the flames. But I was thinking like, this is, I think the thing that I think right now is like, this is the way we should be in 2021. When 2020 beckons to us. When 2020 says to us, no, come back here to this negativity, to all of this horrible stuff that happened, we should look expectantly to the future. This is how 2021 should treat 2020. We're going to pay you dust. We're not paying you any mind, but we're going to smile and look expectantly into the future. Thank you for indulging me with that. All right. Before I bring you a bunch of music, I want to bring you one of my interviews with a white artist from Indie Space. Her name is Randy Berry, and we had a really great chat about the Black Lives Matter movement and placing Black and Indigenous artists on land in theaters. And Randy Berry was a really, really great guest. So enjoy this interview. So I want to get right to it. I finally met over the phone today Randy Berry, who is the executive director of the Indie Space Fund. I need to have Randy come out here right now so that you can correct me on what it's called. The Indie Space?
It's Indie Space and then the Indie Theater Fund.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah. Great. So Randy, thank you so much for donating your time to come to the Reparations Show. I appreciate it. I'm so happy that we are finally seeing each other face to face via this flat screen.
Me too.
Tell us about Indie Space Fund.
Well,
Indie Space.
It's okay. That's one of the reasons we're merging, right? It's kind of confusing. They're so similar. But Indie Space and the Indie Theater Fund are two organizations that support indie theater makers trying to create work in the 5 boroughs of New York City, either with space and real estate advisory services, and funding, grants, and professional development programming.
Very nice. So indie space, specifically, you're dealing with getting indie theater makers spaces so that they can make theater.
Yeah, that's the goal. And it's to help them handle the space that they might already have, or to, you know, bring in new spaces into the community. So if an indie theater company is facing a real estate challenge or transition or an opportunity, we can step in and kind of offer free advice and consulting to help give them, you know, the tools that they need in order to negotiate properly with the landlord and the real estate community in the city.
That's incredible. So you're giving them tools to negotiate. And and right now, because of COVID, negotiations can happen. I mean, in my mind, it's, if anything good can come out of this, well, there's a number of good things that can come out of this, but as far as real estate is concerned, maybe it's a moment for people to take on space at a lower cost and, you know, plant their stake and plant their seeds and roots in real estate, because as we know, real estate is a wealth generator for individuals, for companies, and there are folks in our community that have been systemically left out of those opportunities. So, well, you said magic words.
Yes.
You're leading me into my next question. So my next question to you is, I know that Indie Space and the Indie Theater Fund have plans for reparations in your mission statement. And I want you to tell everybody what those plans are.
Well, it hasn't been in our mission statement. It needs to be in our new merged organization's mission statement, but it has been living in our programming for quite some time. So the Indie Theater Fund only gives grants to artists for artist pay of underrepresented artists, and Indie Space is focused on creating new spaces for Black artists and people of color in the city. So for the fund, we've been talking a lot about creating a reparations program. We, you know, right after George Floyd's murder, we gave 5 grants to 5 different Black-run theater companies just to create safe space for Black artists in the community without an application or anything. We just gave those grants. And I want to figure out how we can do more of that. And we're also talking about most of our giving through the Indie Theater Fund is through a lottery system. So my board and I have been talking about a weighted system. So, you know, Black artists or other people of color, handicapped or disabled artists, or, you know, LGBTQ artists, maybe getting an extra chit or 2 in the hat so that they have a higher chance of being pulled out of the hat for funding. And then, you know, we've been working with a lot of different Black artists to create space. I think this is the perfect time. If there has ever been a time, why not now, right?
Yeah, yes. And again, you have led me into my next question. I know that you're working with 2 friends of this show, Nidra Sulater and AJ Muhammad, on their new theater endeavor called The Grove. And Morgan, will you put that image up? Oh, it's already in the overlay. There it is.
Oh, awesome.
And this is Nidra and AJ's new theater company to create a Black off-Broadway theater space.
Yeah.
Super exciting to me. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing with AJ and Nidra for The Grove?
I'm so happy to. I'm incredibly inspired by Nidra and AJ, and so thrilled that we're able to help them. So they came to us because Kelly Gerard actually introduced us.
Kelly Gerard of the Fire This Time Festival.
That's right. And
who in many ways gave me my start as a producer in the city.
Oh, look at that.
2012, when I used to produce the Fire This Time Festival. Anyway, keep going.
Amazing. Yep. Fire This Time Festival was one of those companies that we gave a grant to at the beginning of this crisis. So we just started talking, and they were telling me this idea that's been ruminating for a long time. And I said, why the fuck not? Right now, let's do it right this second, when funders are actually finally having conversations about what they should have been doing and what they can do. And so we've just been talking and thinking through the process of what this can look like. We've been talking about 501c3 status or fiscal sponsorship. We've been talking about for-profit organization versus not-for-profit organization, and like really kind of thinking about what the basics, like the foundation, can look like, and also connecting to professionals, right? So one of the things Indie Space will do, I worked my day job in commercial real estate for a really long time, and I was rehearsing my shows in the vacant spaces of all the buildings we were selling. So I figured out a way to think about my day job. It was my survival. I'm a theater maker, so it was a way for me to make my day job less miserable. Yeah, absolutely miserable. And you know, if we were selling a building, I would rehearse in it for the 3 months that we were marketing the building. And we started thinking about like, okay, how can we do this with other people? So we created a database of real estate professionals that were kind of friendly towards me when I was doing that work, and were maybe open to offering their services to other theater makers for free. And so we'll start building a team around AJ. Around AJ and Nidra, and take it as it comes. I don't know. You know, it's going to be an adventure. We'll see what happens.
That's so cool. So I talked to Nidra and AJ today, and they just started working with Fractured Atlas for fiscal sponsorship. So anyone who is watching the show, if you are interested in donating to The Grove, which is AJ and Nidra's venture, email us at theReparationsshow@yahoo.com, and I will connect you to them so that you can give them all yo money, honey.
Yes, and it's an amazing idea. I mean, it's a necessary idea. It's a space for Black artists to be nurtured and developed all the way through, from the very first imagining of a show through, you know, production. And it's beautiful. It's a good idea.
In the same way that the Reparations Show and much of the activism that happened in 1968, like the creation of the National Black Theater, it is a space for Black and Indigenous artists, but I think the Grove is specifically Black artists, to do what they want outside of the white gaze, to make work that is really about healing themselves and healing the community. And I think that is really great. Randy, I know that you have to go.
It's okay.
And I thank you so much for coming on the show, for donating your time, and for also donating to, and AJ is commenting, give us everything you owe. For giving of your time, and for giving this time to AJ and Nidra and all of the independent theater makers out there.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. I appreciate. I'm the white lady today, so thanks for letting me be the white lady.
Listen, wherever you go, Randy, you are the white lady. I want you to know that is what you are to me.
Thanks. I'm so glad I could be the white lady for you.
You have a good night, and thank you so much. Morgan. Too. Hello, we're back. I really loved talking with Randy, and I like it when white people acknowledge that they are white, and I like it when they don't see it as an affront when I tell them that they're white and that they'll always be white to me, because, you know, why not? All right, so now we are about to go into the music portion of the night. We've had such great music on the show, and we weren't able to include all of it, but we have included some of our favorite music videos and contributions to the show, and I hope that you enjoy them. I want to thank them before we begin. Let's see, Ian Brodsky, Tanya Pinkins for bringing us a song called "I'm Sorry" that was written by Shayna Taub and Amanda Green. Morgan Varnado, who was on Zoe Donovan's show, "You Are a Racist" by Gregory Lathan. And he was on Kyra Sims's show, He Say, She Say, who was also on Tanya Pinkins' show. And Tracy Conyer Lee, who, well, you'll see, she sings a duet with herself, and that was on her show. And then a beautiful artist named Olutayo. Oh, there was another artist in there too, and she was on Stephanie Gooch's show, and I'm not sure what her name is, but when you see me again, I will know what her name was. Okay, roll it, Chris. Thank you.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Ain't that what they always said? Is this the land of opportunity that keeps me up at night when I wanna rest my head? 40 hours a week and then some, just to feel you're back at one. I'm wondering if you're gonna make it, 'cause the bills keep coming in. Your work is far from done. So grab another cup of coffee and get on your way. Although the train's bugged up like every other day, and the whole world feels so close and feels so far away, but you can't help feeling that you had to stay. Take a breath and jump back in now. Although you've never been so tired, 'cause that voice that says it's never gonna happen is the same voice that has never left you so inspired. So grab another cup of coffee and get on your way. Although the train's fogged up like every other day, and the whole world feels so close and feels so far away, but you can't help feeling that you have to stay. Try to make it on time, but the F train sucks, and the rent's gone up another $15. And you can't help wonder why you try, when you're getting by, just getting by. The city is sleeping, get it shaken, on the precipice of dawn. I guess we'll try again tomorrow, 'cause as long as there's tomorrow, we can soldier up and soldier on. So grab another cup of coffee and get on your way. Although the train's fucked up like every other day, and the whole world feels so close and feels so far away, but you can't help feeling that you have to stay. So I guess that means you're gonna have to stay.
When I think of the state the world is in, and how that I've never really been in this world where men put us down for sport, I should be your friend and your support. All the pain I put you through, all I want to do is make it up to you and say I'm sorry. It's not much, but it's a start. Sorry, I'm so late, I had this change of heart. Sorry for my ignorance, my cruelty, and heart. Sorry doesn't make it right, but sorry is a start. Sorry, I make fun of how you feel. Sorry, I said that you being bisexual was not a thing. Sorry that my ancestors stole your tribal land. Sorry that I said we're all trans. I'm sorry for denying how grown that I can be. That I said you were lying out your roots and allergies. Sorry for it all. Each song has promise to listen and apologize and say I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. I was a cunt. I was a cunt. I was a cunt. I was a
Hey y'all, welcome to the Reparations Show. My name's Morgan Rado. Thanks for having me. I was gonna do a poem, but today I got some music. I've been working on some stuff. I'm excited to show you. In accordance with today's theme, talking to our future self. Lately, I've been making a lot of music that I think is like mature. It's like an old head stuff, you know, walking around calling people young bloods or whatever. So I guess I got some old head stuff I'm excited to show you. I'm not really good at piano, but this stuff just makes me want to freestyle. So along with the beat, I'm probably finna do a little diddles. Be patient with me. Yeah.
During this time, I just want to radiate Black love. I hope that everybody stay positive and stay uplifted during this time. We love you, Breonna Taylor, and we will say your name forever, okay, until we get justice. But we fight for that, all right? And the one thing that I do love about New York is that we are always marching. We are always marching. We will march and we will fight for everything. I love that. It's liberating here. So stay lifted, you guys. But tonight, I actually wanted to sing a song that means a lot to me, but it's very uplifting and encouraging and reminding you to remember your light, okay? You're the light that never fails. Okay, enjoy. It can make you feel helpless, and fear will come to steal your sun and make it dark. But don't believe you're lonely. We both had that moment when our shoulders sink, and we sit back and think we could just run. But we're not born to chase the fading light. We're not born to fail and lose the fight. Never letting go. Oh no, oh. I'm asking you to lift me higher than I ever been. Hold your breath and say you're gonna come with me. We were made to follow the light that never fails. Go along with setting sails. Ooh, ooh, never giving up again. Thank you.
If you take this song seriously, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm a racist. Think about you.
Like seriously. Like don't bitch at me when you hear the song. You're like,
I'm a
oh my god,
racist.
he's so offensive. Like, oh my god, like he's saying no. Like
It's a beautiful day to be a racist.
oh,
Isn't America the greatest? So glad that I'm a racist. Melanin is dangerous. Fucking hate the niggers and the Indians and Asians. Also hate Latinos, they all test my fucking patience. Donald Trump's a hero and I'm in the KKK. Forefathers owned slaves way back in the day. Used to work and while they prayed. Negroes never could escape. They won't see the light of day. White niggas on the top and we consuming all the cake. Set minorities ablaze. Torture people that we hate. This was never a discussion that was up for a debate. We gon' fire more clips in your body just in case. That's another man down, I just beat a fucking case. You can tell me that I'm privileged to my pretty white face, but I know that I'm superior to you cause of my race. Of my race. I'm a racist.
justifying my race.
I'm a racist. I'm a racist. It's a beautiful day to be a racist. Isn't America the greatest? So glad that I'm a
The world should
racist.
be all white, top of the world and you all tight. About to hoard all this money, cause it's all for one fuck all might. First I'ma take all your neighborhoods, gonna increase what you pay for goods. Then I'ma steal your culture and I'ma make that shit look fabulous. I make the rules and stay breaking them. These bad decisions I'm making them, and I know that I won't have to pay for them. Fuck helping people, we enslaving them. We humiliating, we depraving them. Should be integrating and embracing them, but I take my pleasure in erasing them.
I'm a racist. I'm a racist. It's a beautiful day to be a racist. Isn't America the greatest? So glad that I'm a racist. You ain't nothing but a nigga. You should know what they think about you.
I will say this, and I'll say it right to the camera, stop it.
I ain't got time for no he say, she say. Yo, call this bitch. Can you call this bitch? Call the bitch.
Which bitch? I don't know how to respond to that.
He said, she said, he said. Hold up. She said, he said, she said. Keller, got a cake baking for all you ugly bitches. And when I say bitches, that's gender non-specific. I got big boobs, cause I don't like going to the gym. Bitch, I gotta watch my shows. Housewives coming on at 10. trunk full of ammo. Left hand chock full of stones like Thanos. Bump stock on the handle. If a nigga want more, then he better wear camo. All these imposters, checking the sauce in my pasta. Yeah, man, got that look like he played for my team. Might wanna check your roster. He say, she say, he say. Hold up, she say, he say, she say. He said, she said, I ain't got time for no he say, she say. She said, he said, I ain't got time for no he say, she say. You been talking trash. Now you on my list. Put your big old mouth on my big old dick. Big old rocks on my big old wrist. Bitch, I'ma go down. It's a showcase showdown. They see my drip, now they checking the faucet. I can't do shit till you got that deposit. Your bitch on my dick and you hurt. Missing my kids like an Amber Alert. I hit like a tag team. Beat a nigga face like a drag queen. Cause they can give combo. High heel kick to your body in a bando. He said, she said, he said. Hold up, she said, he said, she said. He said, she said. I ain't got time for no he say, she said. She said, he said. I ain't got time for no he say, she said. I ain't got time for no he say, she said. I ain't got time for no he say, she said.
Caught it stealing, I don't steal. She taking, I don't give things back. There's a difference, her misperception amplifies our lack. I've been dealing with these feelings for so long, I'm thrown off track. I miss the fun of one-on-one. We could team up again, be muses for the next Dominic Dunn. The fence cried wolf, spiting the fact that I'd outgrown my need for him. Said I'd fail, come crawling back, mourning my prospects growing dim. But her crimes only got greater, while his life grew ever grim. I'm overdue for something new. If not now, maybe change will come in 1982. The wanted poster at my good government job. My coworkers begged to know if I still knew the jewelry snob. For the first time in my sorry life, I wasn't just a slob. Knowing you has been the glue. I need some time to suss this out and think this through. He don't deserve my damn forgiveness for betraying me way back then. Should I forsake me the thrill of teaming up with him again? He gives me such a rise I never get from other men. You may not stay. Oh shit, I'm gay. I did not see this coming, but I better not delay. This isn't done. To you I'll run. Can I tell a chick I love her in 1981?
Alrighty, so up next we have a performance from my dear friend who gets on my nerves, okay? There's no one who annoys me more than this next guest who I love so dearly. You are about to see a performance from Olatayo. Padow.
I ain't never been in love before, but you changed it, you changed me. Never believed in luck before, but you changed it, rearranged me. I'll never be the same, never love again the way I love you. I got big, baby, can't stop it. So even though we have got to part, you should know you'll always have my heart. 'Cause I will wait, anticipating the time that we can rise in love again. Rise in love again. They say fall, we sure did. Understand it, I'm a man and I'll never be the same, never love again the way I love you. So even though we have got to part, you should know you'll always have my heart. 'Cause I will wait, anticipating the time that we can rise in love again.
That song was beautiful, everybody. This is Olatayo. Make some noise.
Hey. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much.
What's up? That was a very artistic performance you just gave us.
Well, the art of Olus. It's all art. You got to package it up and tell people which way it's going, so they can get on board with it type situation.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Olatayo, my dear friend, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank
And
you so much for having me.
the pleasure is all mine. Tell us a little bit about you because you're super multifaceted. So give us the scoop on Olatayo.
Whoop did it. It's a big scoop. No, I'm Olutayo. I am Nigerian American, African American, literally. Born and raised in Long Island. Currently reside in Sugar Hill, Harlem. Yeah, I sing a little bit, I dance a little bit, I choreograph a little bit, I act a little bit, I live a lot, and I'm just trying to be, and all that it is, I'm just trying to be. Yeah.
Okay, I must say I am very into your home decor and style for tonight's show. I'm very into it. Thank
Why?
you so
Thank you
much.
from the Leo Queen herself. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you so much for being into what I have to give and to live, if you will.
Ah. So, you have always been very joyous as long as I've known you. Harassing and joyous.
That sounds about right.
So,
Yeah.
I would like to know Has your joy been intentional, or is it something that kind of just happens organically, or a mix of both? Or you tell me.
That's funny you asked that question in that way. I'll say it's a mixture of both. Get out of here with these Donald Trump texts. When I have time for it, I would say it's a mixture of both. It's funny because as I do my work to heal and learn me, I realized that had it not been for joy, hey, I literally would not be here. So it's been a little bit intentional because joy has quite honestly been one of my coping mechanisms and survival tactics. So yeah, it's been a little bit of both.
Okay. And in your opinion, how can our people add more joy to their lives?
It's funny because this answer, I think, would be the answer to a lot of questions that could be posed. But I think it would be to really just sit with yourself and figure out who you are truly, 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 underneath the traumas, underneath the survival tactics, underneath all of the evasions of self, to really figure out who you are and figure out what ignites you, because it's probably more things than you would know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I think that, it's an answer that could be, it's a subjective answer, but I feel like that generalizes what could be done, because then that will allow you to see what that thing would be for you to pursue to find more joy.
Why do you think that our people as a whole seem resistant, in a sense, to intentional joy? And what are you sipping on? What's
Laid
in there?
back. It's a little, actually, Daddy used to let me walk up down the street.
What's in
It's a
there? I
little,
want to know.
it's a little Salinac on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? A
Put
little
some in my cup.
cognac. I got a little something for you. I'll give you a little swig of the swag. Why do I think that there seems to be such a resistance to finding joy? That was the question you said, yes?
A resistance to like intentional joy. I feel like, you know, in general, not necessarily, like us as the artist community, but let's people who are not in the arts, our Black people who are not in the arts, it's just very work, 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 work. You see me, I feel work, 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 work. Why do you think? Let me do me dur 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 dur. So na na wa 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 wa. Okay. Why do you think there seems to be this, like, I don't know, resistance? I don't know if it's
I
resistance. I don't know if it's hesitance. You know?
it's I feel like it's an uncertainty, because I
Mm.
have it, and I'm able to recognize what it is within myself. And again, this is why I said before, the answer that I would give could be the answer for so many other questions, because it's like, once you look at yourself, you realize that you've been blocking moments to find joy because of disappointments that you've gone through in the past. And so, one of my things that I'm doing now is working really hard to not only get back to myself, but that saying they said, don't let experiences harden you, or don't let other
Yeah.
people take you away from who you are. That's what it kind of means, when you go through something. Even didn't they tell you that I was a savage? You're not a savage. You're in survival mode because you've been hurt before, and so now you're putting up this front because you don't want to find the joy in that moment because you're afraid to lose it. And so doing the work to really be in touch with who you are will allow you to see that when somebody takes you through something, it's not even about you, so then you
Mm.
can really still be able to relax in those moments, and or see, okay, this is why this happened, so let me avoid this situation, but I can still get back to me without the weighted barriers that were there or are still there.
Okay. And what are some things you do on a daily basis to experience joy?
Well, two of the new things. You asked me what did you say? One of the things? You said what's one thing that I do? Was that the question?
Some of the things.
Some of the things. Listen, this Leo answer, I said some of the time. Some of the things. Two things that popped in my mind immediately were I've been trying to figure out this green thumb of mine, as you see behind me. I haven't given this one a name yet, but I've got an array of greenery around me, and you know that along with he's asleep right now,
Show me that little baby.
expensive pussy, expensive pussy. His name. I
Oh,
just woke you up.
God.
I'm sorry, Papa. Iggy, you know, these two things help me get away from myself and not focus on myself so much and give love and care and attention and routine to something else so that I can be on some sort of routine, especially within the times that we're in, when it's kind of just like, what day is it? What's happening? What do I have to do? What is there to do? Is it Monday? Is it Sunday? Got to put in my unemployment. Is it Tuesday? Did it come yet? Got to get more weed. You know what I mean? It's like, where are we? So that them and him give me that. Excuse me. And I also just recently purchased a singing bowl, which I had been kind of drawn to for quite some time. And
I don't
that's
know if
been,
you'd be like,
yeah, it's been a new part of my daily routine because it almost immediately like centers me and brings about just the inward, like an inner smile that just, you know, helps me start the day or end the day type vibe.
okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how joyous are you today? You can be honest.
It ebbs and flows. I'd say today I kind of started at a 6. Now I'd say I'm at like a 9-ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to step out in a
Okay.
little bit and maybe hang with a friend. So then I might hit that 10 before the evening ends. You know what I'm saying?
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Olatayo. Please tell everyone how they can find you, how they can contact you, and all of that good stuff.
Thank you for having me, my beautiful friend. It was such a pleasure to talk with you and share with you in this way. You know, we know each other in a lot of capacities, and I think this is the first time we've done this, and I enjoyed it. So thank you. But y'all can reach me to get more of this at the Art of Olu, TheArtofOlu on everything: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I was gonna say Tumblr, but those days are over. But yeah, The Art of Olu on everything. On SoundCloud is Olutayo, where you can find that song. We're in the process of doing more and expanding more and being more. But as for now, the song that you heard, you can find in its entirety on my SoundCloud at Olutayo, Olutayo. But even that, the link is in my Instagram. So everything is at The Art of Olu.
Done and done. Olu, thank you so much. It's been
Thank
an
you so much,
absolute pleasure. I love you so much.
I love you back.
Take it to live.
Hello. 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 Thank you for coming back to talk to me. Olatayo. That was that last was Olatayo, and the host was Shanita Q. Anderson, who is just one of my favorite people on the planet, and her show is so full of joy. And yeah. Oh, that singer whose name I couldn't remember, her name was LaDawn Taylor. Sorry about that, LaDawn Taylor, if you are watching. All right, so it is December 25th. It is Christmas. And I wanted to talk to you about some stuff that is personal to me. Because if you know me, then you know that on Christmas Day, I always drink a toast. And I want to talk to you about that a little bit. So on December 25th, 1975, my mother was killed by a drunk driver. And it was very sad. And my life was pretty odd after that. And somewhere around 2010 or 2011, I started asking people to drink a toast to her on Christmas Day to honor her and also to honor all of those whom we've lost. And in 2020, I think we've all lost a lot. Not just people, but we lost some of our illusions about what makes a community. And also, if you're me, you have lost the barriers to success, if that makes sense. The ways in which I was holding myself back don't exist for me in the same way that they used to. And so tonight I would like to drink my usual toast to my mother and to my friends Graham Smith, an actor I worked with in Angels in America in 1996. And I would also like to drink a toast to Daniel Seaman, who was my drama teacher when I was in high school. And I would also like to drink a toast to Charlie Pride, who was really inspirational to me. And I would like for all of you to join me drinking a toast to those that we've lost, and also to drink a toast because we are all still here. And the Reparations Show has been important to me because it has created community for me in a time when I was afraid that I would lose my community. And so while Christmas Day is always bittersweet for me, this year feels a lot different because a lot of people have lost a lot. And also, I am so looking forward to what the future is going to bring. So I want to ask my co-creator of the show, Era Ziv, to come in the room, and our screen manager for the show, Morgan Johnson, my new favorite person, to come on with me right now. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this year. And
Don't cry. I'm gonna cry.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it was gonna happen. We've been doing this show weekly since June because George Floyd was murdered. And so this toast will be also for him and to all the people that we've lost because of COVID. And I feel so hopeful that I am working with two, and Joey Neal, who is not here, and Chris, who's doing the show for us tonight. Thank you, Chris. I feel so hopeful and so grateful that we took this on and that we have done this every single week since the beginning of June. And I'm excited about the Reparations Show in 2021 when we turn into a monthly show and where we will talk about Morgan, the lovely Morgan Johnson, taking over as lead producer on the show. And I want to thank you so much for giving me something positive and beautiful to do every Friday night at the end of all of my crazy deadlines that have been happening all week, every single week. And so, yes, I want to drink. This is my first toast for Doris, who is my mother, Doris Morse Free. And this is also a toast to all of the people that I have mentioned and to both of you and to the Reparations Show. Cheers. I love you all. Thank you.
Love you, Kevin.
Love you too. Oh, I'm drinking La Fête du Rosé, which is from a black winemaker. Delicious. Delicious. Reparations, y'all. Okay. I'm going to stop the crying, mostly because we are stopping the show now. Thank you all very much. We will see you in 2021. Please, please keep watching the Reparations Show. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Good night.